Oh, man. I'm so excited for this character, man. I've had the idea for this build for a long time. I kind of thought about getting the Lousy Lichens mod that nerfs lycanthropy, because it's honestly kind of OP. There's kind of few downsides to being a vampire or werewolf in Daggerfall, unless you don't want to be one, which, you know, then it's a big downside, but it basically gives you a huge stat bonus, so it's a little kind of cheesy, but, yeah. I wanted to do a kind of Jekyll and Hyde inspired build, where I'm sort of a mage, wizardy sort of character that's nice and upstanding and moral. He casts his spells, maybe he uses his staff occasionally. But, of course, he is a werewolf, and occasionally has to kill people. I don't really know a good name for the class, other than Scholar. So yeah, sort of a standard mage build. I think I'm going to... Don't mages normally learn things slower in Daggerfall? I'm not really sure. I don't really know what advantages to go with. I don't think I really need these bonuses to hit. Wait, what if I get rid of these? Doesn't really help me all that much. There's a bit of a cheese tactic you can do. Give yourself increased magery and lower magic ability. You get a net negative to the difficulty dagger, but more net magicka than normal. It's probably not the greatest idea for this character, as it's supposed to be a mage, but I should have high enough willpower that I'll be able to regenerate magicka fast enough. This is no armor. What is kind of neat about the Lousy Lichens mod as well is that you get rid of your gear whenever you turn into your form, I think. Or whenever you transform in full moon, I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's kind of weird. I would kind of like to nerf it a little bit, because yeah, becoming a werewolf immediately at the start of the game is kind of overpowered. Because there's honestly not that many downsides to being a werewolf. Although, yeah, I'm not sure how the downside is supposed to work. Because yeah, it's like every time there's a full moon, you have to transform. And I think you have to kill an innocent person like every couple of weeks or so, or you start to lose health. Which obviously fits with the character. And I just love the idea of a mage being a werewolf, because it just fits better to me. Because like a barbarian or a fighter character is already a good fighter. You know, they don't really need the werewolf form. But I just love it. It's an interesting idea of a magic user, a sort of weakling, you know, having this werewolf form to turn into if things go crazy in combat. I don't know what other disadvantages to put here. Werewolves are already immune to disease. And since I'm a magic user, I don't really need, like, regenerate health, stuff like that. Poisons will be a big deal, but I should be able to just use magic to cure it. So... I would like to lower the dagger, because I usually play at this range. Just because I feel like it levels too slowly otherwise. Forbidden material, maybe? Forbidden material, I believe, does count towards artifacts. So if you pick Forbidden Dwarven, I think you'll be banned from using the Volendrung hammer, which is fine because it's not really that good. But low tolerance. We could have a phobia of animals. That would be funny. Low tolerance to disease. I think we can have crit weakness to disease because we're immune to disease anyway from being a werewolf. I think it should work that way anyway. Crit weakness to poison. Yeah, paralysis is an issue for sure. Because how am I gonna? Are lycanthropes immune to paralysis? Because that's an issue. Because you can't cast free action or access your inventory while being in werewolf form. So yeah, it's mainly good for fighting undead and Daedra and all that because you can't loot. So like, if I'm killing humans, I want to be able to loot them because they generally have the best loot. I might go for immunity to paralysis then. That's a big one. Immunity to magic. How much is that? So that gives the same. Okay. I might as well just pick that then. And then lower magic ability. Lower magic ability. I think if you have only one of these, it like halves your magicka whenever you leave the... Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of weird. What else can we put? Get rid of one of these, maybe. I like having spell absorption. It kind of fits. I'm not sure. I just kind of want to test out how that works as well with the lycanthropy. I did turn into my werewolf form on in the Wildman video, but I can't remember if you go to 0 spell points or not. You're able to... I think you can actually cast spells in werewolf form, which is kind of goofy, but I think you have to in order to switch back to your form, or your normal form. Maybe I could add one of these. We're not going to be athletic. I think we have a bonus to hit, maybe. Critical weakness to shock. Why not? And then bonus to hit humanoid. Or we could go for more health. I think more health is okay with... Although I like him as a squishy character. When you pick critical weakness, it essentially means that you don't... Normally you have about like a 50% chance, I think, to save on things. And then I have the mod Battle of Wills that kind of changes that, but I've never really had a problem when I pick critical weakness to shock. Immunity to... Yeah, I probably should have finished character creation before doing this. Oh, and I'm playing a Nord. I'm playing a regular Nord, I think. Here's my reputations. So yeah, I'm an upstanding man. Everyone thinks I'm a normal person. but I'm actually a werewolf. And what was I gonna pick for my name? Maybe I should pick Breton instead, I don't know. They get a little bit of resist magic, right? I don't know if I really want a Nord name, though. What would I pick? Dang it. Well, I'm always bad with names. That's why I just named my wild man Bjorn Bjornsson, because it's funny. Daedra. Bonus to hit undead. Eesh. Bonus to hit humanoid. Bonus to hit Daedra, that gives you... that doesn't even cost anything. I don't think we're going to be especially weak against undead. We don't have illusion. We can just have that later, I think. What does thaumaturgy do? Thaumaturgy is like the levitation. Let me check. Alteration is mainly good for climbing and jumping. That's what I like it for. Which, yeah, that... I mean, we don't necessarily need that as a lycanthrope because... we already get a boost of that. Mysticism. Probably the best school in the game, besides Restoration or Destruction. Picking Restoration as a primary actually gives you pretty good healing spells at the beginning. I think it even gives you heal fatigue. I think, yeah, I kind of picked Nord because they get a boost to blunt weapon with races redone. What should I name my character? Kinda, I'm looking at the Wikipedia for a strange case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I think I could just name the character Henry. I guess like a... that'd be fine. Thaumaturgy, right. That gives, Identify? Oh my god. An annoying spell. Yeah, you still need Thaumaturgy for water walking. That's definitely an essential spell. Levitate, you could kind of... I mean... Levitate isn't as necessary with, some of the mods, but it's useful. Reflection is really good. I think maybe instead of Thaumaturgy, we could pick Illusion. But we're not like a Nightblade, so I think we're good. Maybe even put blunt weapon up here. That would probably be a better idea. Blunt weapon. We're going to try and focus on using spells, although I like the idea of using a staff, especially an enchanted one, because then it would be like Heretic. I really like that. Right, we got to finish this. Expertise. Nope. It would be nice if you could do the same thing with magic schools, so you can have an expertise in like destruction, meaning, oh, maybe you get a bonus to their magnitude and chance and all that, and then you could do the opposite. Generate health and darkness. Do we need bonus to hit humanoid? Probably. I feel like that would be a decent idea. Undead are relatively, like... I mean, they're definitely strong early game and mid game, but Daedra and Undead become very trivial in the end game. It's mainly humanoids you have to worry about because they level with you. I think humanoid... Does that count all humanoid creatures like orcs and... let's see, Daggerfall. Humanoid. Humanoid foes. I think it only counts these guys. The actual human classes. Not... Because I believe the, like, pacify humanoid counts towards stuff like centaurs and shit. Wait, isn't centaur an actual skill? No. Centaur. Yeah, the Centaurian? No fucking way. That's it. Oh my god. The language skills are terrible by default. I think Centaurian is replaced by Sylvan Tongue with language skills overhaul. Which I don't know what creatures that affects, but then Nymph is replaced by Necromancy, and I think Impish, or no, some other skill is replaced by Animal Taming. Yeah, I think that's good, actually. We can leave it there. Choose your character's career path. Here, we'll play this. Choose your character's career path. After the School of Restoration. Oh, I must have gotten healer. What magic have you been studying the longest? I'll pick illusion, since I didn't select that as a skill. What motivates you into a life of adventure? Knowledge. In between formal study, you spent your time socializing with aristocrats. I think that gives you etiquette. Yeah, we'll pick that. Yeah. Since childhood, you have saved an amulet. In gratitude for services rendered, the Emperor gave you... I'm gonna pick staff, actually, because I picked blunt weapon. Ebony dagger is nice to have, but with sphincter vision attacks, it affects materials, so the ebony dagger is not as powerful. It was broken normally because I think ebony got a plus 40 to hit, meaning that even if you didn't pick short blade, you could still hit enemies pretty reasonably with it. So I did kind of throw a wrench in the balancing of Daggerfall, but I'm gonna pick Silver Staff. As you grew older, you received additional magical training in the School of Illusion. As a child, your nickname was... Did I pick Running? I'll pick Quicksilver. You are friendlier than most. With... the Infernal Daedra. Yes. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for... stupid peasants. Yes. We're going to be a condescending asshole scholar. You are intimate friends with a very generous... This actually does come into play with the backgrounds mod. Let me look this up. Background question and history fixes. Let me check. I think we can pick Mage again, because we can. Yeah, I'm intimate friends with a very generous mage. What god, if any, do you worship? None. You have the most trouble avoiding diseases. Yes. My name... Henry. My face... I think I'll either pick this one or the bald one. I kind of like that bald one. What's the most scholarly face? That guy kind of looks too much like Jesus. I like that one. Because he looks like he could be a distinguished gentleman and a murderer. Alright, here we go. I like to even out the stats so that they're all 5s, because I'm fucking smirky. Sook loose. I don't know why I need 14 points there, but... What's my... Yeah. And you get boosts. You get huge attribute boosts as a werewolf. It's crazy. In fact, yeah, it's kind of overpowered, but I'm willing to do that, you know, for role-playing reasons. I would probably get the lousy lichens mod, but I feel like it's too annoying to deal with that. Having to, like, lose your gear every time. Especially if it's enchanted. You know? You have to find a safe place to store your gear. And yeah, I think that's a little too annoying, especially since Daggerfall's world is so huge and you can't just, like, go back to a place on the map to find your gear. Like, you will never fucking find your gear if you lose shit like that. There we go. Now we evened them out. That's fine enough with me. Right, I think we must have gotten the healer backstory, because that's when it says at the restoration. Which is a bit unfortunate, but that's okay. We need dodging to be the top one, though. Yeah. Because I'm a no armor. Then we can just even these out. Etiquette. I would like to get critical strike on the top there. We'll do that. Very high reflexes as always. I do kind of want to do the main story for this character. I'll try and do the main story. Focus on ranking, advancing in the Mages Guild, and Archaeologist Guild. Although, yeah, normally they're supposed to be in conflict, but I have that set to off because I think that's kind of annoying. And acquiring Daedric artifacts will be a goal, but that's like an end game. Well, and especially the Ring of Hircine. So here we are. Let's boost the audio. So yeah, because I have my I have my sound effects on low.
"400 years after Septim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the Empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the Empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim, the Seventh, cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever."
Real.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. I ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
Yeah. No, I will not be a vampire. I will not be a werewolf. I will be a wereboar. Receive Thieves Guild invitation? No, I don't. I don't like thieves. Receive a Dark Brotherhood invitation? I kind of, yeah, I wouldn't mind joining the Dark Brotherhood, and it would make sense. I don't know how this works, though. Receive the Dark Brotherhood. Dark Brotherhood. I would assume that the innocents you kill as a werewolf actually count towards joining the Dark Brotherhood. We're gonna say no for now. Temples and Templar orders, yep. Yep, nope. Figures seem to form in the shadows. Wereboorism. Awesome. Quest pack 1. Let me see what this actually is. Quest pack. Wow, this is Quest pack mods 2, which means it was the second mod ever on the Daggerfall Unity Nexus. Awesome. Yep. Articles. Do you want to receive an early artifact quest? No. You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago, you were in a boat, en route to Daggerfall, when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water to a promontory rock. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there is a way out of this cave after all. Once free of the cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. Alrighty-o. Awesome. Silver Staff and Elven Staff. Remarkable. Remarkable. Remarkable, truly. Why is it blue? Why did they give you a freaking blue cloak, dude? I think I'll wear that. Yes. Henry. Henry. Gentleman. And scholar. Wait a minute, is that enough? Is that too much text? Yeah, probably. Scholar. Or we could do an ampersand. Gentleman. And scholar. Yeah, that's good. Let me see here. Bjorn Brunson. I can organize my save numbers later. We don't have to worry about that. All right. Find a fire or make camp to help you get dry. What does my spell book look like? Arcane Arrow. Minor shock on touch. You don't have like a fireball or something? Gentle fall. Buoyancy. That's a good old thaumaturgy spell. Knick-knack. Holy crap, dude. We have fucking 210 mana right away? That's crazy. Man. I do have 3 times int and spell points. Your father was the healer for a very small village deep in the mountains of Skyrim. You have few memories of your mother, a beautiful, kind woman who taught you magic. You always will remember her for entertaining you for hours with tricks. Your favorite was her playing hide and seek, though she always turned invisible. The plague that took her was too strong for her or your father to fight. It was her wish that you be trained in the School of Restoration, and there you showed promise exceeding your father. As you grew, it was apparent that you had unusually strong magical powers. Soon you were able to vanish from human eyes yourself. You remember your father talking about an evil battle mage, Jekyll, how it was known in his circle that he had usurped the power of the land. Usurped the power of the land away from its rightful ruler. No one dared to move against him. You marveled at the knowledge Tharn must have accrued. One day in your 20th year, a courier arrived at your house with the news that a powerful hero had killed Jekyll and restored the rightful emperor to the throne. Your tender-hearted father openly wept with joy at the news. The courier also brought the news that there would be a great celebration in the Imperial City, and that all the people who had worked secretly to depose Tharn were invited. Once the courier left, you asked your father if you could go to the celebration. Your father turned to you and said that it was time you made your own way in the world. He gave you an amulet and a very unusual staff, and sent you on your way to the Imperial City and the celebration. After many days of travel, you approached the capital of the realm, Imperial City. You noticed a small band of travelers a short distance in front of you. As you were about to hail them, they were attacked by brigands who had been lying in wait in the woods that lined the road. As you rushed to help, one of the brigands, obviously a mage, raised his staff and cast a spell at you. Your ears roared as the flame bolt hit you, but you absorbed the magicka and let fly a very powerful shock spell. When the bolt struck the brigand mage, he erupted into a column of flames and was reduced to a pile of ashes. The brigands and the travelers all stopped and stared, and the brigands ran back into the woods. The travelers thanked you and introduced themselves as members of the Imperial family, returning to Imperial City for celebrations. For the celebrations, they insisted that you come with them to the palace and have an audience with the Emperor. The Emperor was very impressed by your bravery and knew your family as loyal supporters of the Empire. He presented you with a silver staff. The celebrations continued for weeks, and the Emperor often called on you for informal talks. When you were not in audience, you usually spent your time learning how to tell the nobles what they wanted to hear. One night you were called to the Emperor's presence in a manner such that you knew the business was serious. He met you in his study, and there told you he had a favor to ask. Here we go. We gotta turn the volume down. Minor shock. Let's see. Salve bruise is a dog shit spell. Smelling salts. That does heal fatigue. Minor shock. This does the same. This costs about the same. Yeah. Well, that's not that bad. Let's move on. Awesome, got some boots already. Steel mace. You can actually use shields if you can't use armor, but I find that kind of goofy, so we're not going to do that. We can charge spells as well with the power system. I should kind of look into that, though. Tome of Battle. I think that got updated recently as well. Warcaster. Tome of Battle. It got an update. War Magic Ready VFX now updates when you change readied spells. Now shoot in the direction of cursor. Let me see. Unbind your vanilla swing weapon. Right. Flies scatter as you move. Imp. Woohoo. Already, we can probably use hotkeys. I'll definitely get rid of these spells when we get out of here, but let's see. We'll put smelling salts here. Smell. Save bruise. Knock. Although, yeah, this is really low chance, I think. 8? That's so lame, dude. 8 plus 0 per... Who fucking made these spells, man? Bethesda. Jesus Christ. We don't need buoyancy in these. Restoration is ready. We're going to have to neglect that for a few levels, though, because I do need dodging at the top. So I can max it out. Belina's Balm. Oh, that's actually a better healing. I want to use that instead. Sap Bruise. I think we just delete this one immediately. Knick-knack. What can you actually do with that? Knick-knack. Bow robes. Okay. That's pretty cool. You can create a robe. Although I think it doesn't last very long. But let's see, duration 4 plus 1 per 2 levels, so it'll the robes will last 4 rounds. Minor shock. What? Okay, so we only get empowered. Dude, what damage is this doing? Wait, can this actually do 0 damage? Minor shock. Did he save against the spell? Or what? Yeah, I haven't really actually played a pure mage character. Jesus, what kind of rat was that? Yeah, and it is a bit cheesy, but I do have the... I do have the power attack scaling. Let me see. War magic. Da-da-da-da. To scale their magnitude with current power. Yeah, I probably should get... There is a mod that changes the way spells work. And I think I might want to get that. Because, yeah, spells are kind of weirdly broken in Daggerfall. Why is this rat not dying? There we go. Go ahead and camp here. There are enemies nearby. Now. Okay. Buoyancy. We should try and level up these spells. Thaumaturgy, which is water walking. Then the slow fall with alteration. Slow fall is not my favorite spell. Mysticism. Mysticism spells are crazy expensive. Is it fair to have magic regen? I would like to get people's opinions on this. Daggerfall veterans' opinions on this. I don't have any illusion spells. I forgot hand-to-hand was on there. Let's actually go do that. Well, no. We'll, I'll just ignore that. Hand-to-hand will be boosted. Dust fills old scratches in the walls. Intelligence. We'll go ahead and level mysticism immediately. And the slow fall. Can probably save that for before we... Duration 2 per 1 levels. Actually, yeah, let's level up my jumping. Before doing that. We'll make dedicated training spells later. Don't forget hand to hand. Let's actually use a torch. Hey, hey. Oh, nice. Pacifier. The thief sneers at you. Nice. Do you have anything for sale? Dang it. Cost is already going down. Awesome. Nymph hair. Yeah, I'll be honest, alchemy is not really that good in Daggerfall. Potions are great, but actually looting ingredients and making potions kind of sucks. Even if you have the field alchemical kit mod. Yeah, the power builds up pretty slowly there. It's actually okay. We'll go ahead with the touch. That is great. This is already going pretty well. Okay. We'll destroy. I am going to destroy you. I don't know if spells can cause jibbing in this. I hope they can, because that would be remarkable. Hello. You mother rat bitch. I hate you. Are you resisting my spells? I have super high willpower. I suppose what, yeah, actually, with the Battle of Wills mod, rats do have high willpower. Which makes sense. Rats, I mean, they do have high willpower in real life. I mean, just existing as a rat. I mean, just think about how awful that existence is. Amazing. We got a lantern. That means we can drop this stupid torch. Arrows are pretty much always worth picking up. I don't know if they're if this is a glitch or not, but they actually don't have weight, and I don't know what that is, but I think we can use bows occasionally. You can do that. Let's go ahead. Move back. Hey, hey. The heck are you doing? Can I do a bit of a camping thing here? Perfect. Let's cook. Let's cook. Righto, we are ready. Right on. Right on. You're currently unwell. That's fantastic, actually.
You dream of the moon and of a man who is less than a man.
You dream of the moon and of a man who is less than a man. Perfect. 2. All right. So yeah, we need to wait. After that, we need to wait a few days. Wait a few days before we actually become a werewolf. A werewolf. Okay. It's going to be hard to avoid leveling restoration. I suppose we can kind of think about that later. I do want dodging to be my mastered skill. Because I'm a no armor character. Dodging, yeah, I mean with strength division attacks, dodging is practically your unarmored skill, right? Shouldn't be forgetting about climbing. Now it's just a grind fest. We can leave that there for now. Because the camp only has 2 uses. I think we can go ahead and knock her out. Awesome. We got a nice sexy shirt here. Hello, motherfucker. Oh, shit. Follow me. Yeah, that's something we can dabble in, too, is necromancy. Forgot about that. I can do a necromancy type character, although that's not really what this character is about, necessarily, but... We can talk about destruction. Hello. Yes, we are etiquette-brained. Hello. Do you have anything for sale, madam? Shadow form. Not bad. That's kind of expensive, though. I think what I can do is murder you. I can murder you. Dude, that is fucked. So yeah, we're gonna be a little bit morally fucked. We're gonna try and appear as a... I don't think... I haven't actually read Jekyll and Hyde. I'm just culturally familiar with it, you know? Like everybody else. So I'm just going to try and kind of be a moral dude, but I'm going to have, like, immoral instincts, and I'm not going to be a good person. I think for some reason the AI just does this, where they go into corners, like it's the fucking Blair Witch Project. We can leave it at that. Dodging. Oy. You can talk about destruction. It's a blue symbol of Stendar is engraved at the center. Painted on the side. Excellent. jumping and climbing and all that does get a boost when you're a werewolf or a were creature. Remarkable. You're currently unwell. What? I don't know how this open spell works, if it actually, like, if it can break locks or not. Let's move on. Moving on. Moving on. Might as well go up here. No, we'll go up here first. Yeah, I don't know why enemies diverge to the corner. Get fucked. Get fucked. That's the classic quote from Fallout New Vegas. Okay. Rainwater. We could gather ingredients for summoning Atronachs and stuff with Penwick papers. Destruction is ready. Suppose we can try archery. Come on. Man, we have low archery. We're ready. We're ready. Let me... Gotcha. Okay. We're currently unwell. Enemies. Hey, fucko. What? Oh, amazing. Hey, friend. Silverlight flail. Interesting. You need more rest. I realize that. Wait, why was I not healing? Open. Let's try this out, gamers. Spell effect failed. Spell effect failed. I wouldn't mind trying to get this, but it's only an 8% chance, so it's probably not going to happen. But who knows? Yeah. Whoa! What happened there? I'm not sure if raw meat goes bad faster. It would make sense if it didn't, right? I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea about that type of stuff. Wait, did we not get, oh, we're already ready to, we're already ready to roll. Oh, man. Go ahead and rest again. Could level up hand to hand. Nah. 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 When I talk about destruction, okay. What would be... Yeah, I kind of need agility, too. Agility is going to be useful on any character now. But I suppose it's also going to be affected by skill, too. Your ability to gain power on it. Speed. I'm kind of good there. For now. Yeah, I'll invest in agility. We'll do that. Mysticism, please. Is this even possible? Spell effect failed. We should probably actually do some lockpicking too, but that will jam the lock. Or it has a chance to, anyway. Yeah, my lockpicking's only 4. So that's not going to happen. It could happen, theoretically, but... I could theoretically be the president. You know? Hello. Don't get me. Do orcs have magic resist? Give me that minor shock. Yeah. Long sword, I suppose I could use that. Alteration. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. We can just keep one lantern. That's all you really need. Yeah, slow fall, baby. Hello. How's it going? Thaumaturgy is ready. Do we go through here? Yeah, why are enemies doing that? It just kind of freaks me out. I'm not gonna lie. We got an enchanted shield. Oh shit. Follow me. Yes! Get fucked. Cool. Toga. Ba-da-ba-da-be-da-ba-da-ba-da-be. Ready. Ready. I do need to level up my dodging. We can go up here. Yeah. I wonder if you can do that to crush enemies. I think I've tried that and it didn't work. You can crush yourself as a player. Being hit actually raises your dodging skill, ironically. You are currently unwell. You know what I think breaks the cooking thing is that... whatchamacallit? Yeah, we need to go and cook something. Which is down here. We're good. We're good. Rest until healed. Yes. Can try not to heal, but that would be hard to do. For sure. That would be hard to do for sure. Mm-hmm. Skeleman. Still need to open those chests. Hit me. Chomp. This lock has nothing to fear from you. Could use open? Ready to open. What? Ready to open. So I'm ready to open. But what? What? Man, that stupid locked containers mod is stupid. I fucking succeeded the open spell, which is already almost impossible. Fuck you, whoever authored that stupid mod. It's a cool mod, but come on. I guess it's like you need to have high enough mysticism or something to be able to even get that. But come on, the open spell is already super high level. Like, it should never... If you succeed the open spell, you should be able to open the damn lock. Fuck. You can smell some blood. Great. I do want to level my critical strike and have that be my main one. But, for now we can do this. Yeah, that kind of pisses me off. That stupid chest. I thought that it would just immediately succeed, but I guess... Chest magic resist. Yeah, fuck you. The magic backfired, even though the fucking spell succeeded. God damn it. Fuck you. Fuck you for putting love and effort into your mod. It's just aggravating. Thaumaturgy, mysticism. You need 15 skill ups to level up. Shit. Yeah, I'll heal at this point. What are we doing? Let's talk to the skeleton. Hey, Skelly. Skellyman. Probably kill him. Sadly, sadly. Fuck. Skeletal warrior. I do have the bestiary, but I never really use it. I think it's like I forgot the key to open it. Hello, motherfucker. Okay. And the hand-to-hand advances pretty slow. As a Nord, I am obligated to use axe a little bit, just a little bit. Excellent. Yeah, let's go. Let's go, man. Iron gauntlets. Elven longbow. This guy isn't going to last long. Okay. I love my dodging. My destruction. Whoa. Fucking hit through walls. That's cheating. Okay. Get a little meat. Good, good. There was another chest in trying to ignore these people. That room, I think. There is a chance. There is a chance this works. Lock shimmers with a magical aura but refuses to yield. Fuck are you? We do have slow fall activated, which means we can do this, baby. Oh my god. Yeah, slow fall is the most annoying bullshit in the game. I wanted to... Okay. He died. That's great. That's awesome. You can't jump while slow fall is active, making it extremely obnoxious. Whee! And you can't control either. It's very annoying. It's very, very annoying. Oh shit. Smelling salts, let's activate it. Activate the smelling salts. Yeah, rest while all that is ready to go. Are you ready to go? Okay. Cook. You killed and cooked a human. A human. Okay. Rest. Whee! I'm gonna go agility mode again. Agility mode. Oh my god. Yes. Nice. Etiquette. Etiquette. I am very well experienced in etiquette, the art of etiquette. Let me pack my shit. Engage in the very fine art of etiquette. Climbing. There we go. Buoyancy. It's a funny word. Okay. Thaumaturgy. Let me knock. Knock, knock, open up the door. Or wait a minute. Mysticism is great. Knock, knock, I'm banging on your door. What's that stupid song? Oh my god. that yelling guy. Industry cannibal. I'm just an animal. Oh my god. It's amazing. Jeffrey to meet ya. Dumber to eat ya. Musical schlock. I don't know. The scholar would probably wear something like that. Although, yeah, this is probably smarter to wear as far as that goes. Okay. We're good, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Okay. We're gonna move on, moving on. I do, yeah. I have it set so that the necromancy, yep, shed some necromancy. Configure aspects of the necromancy spell effects. So I don't know if that actually means it rolls on your, or it trains your necromancy spell, but that would be cool because, yeah, nymph is replaced by necromancy. So you can actually use the necromancy skill to not only tame undead, but axe and short blade. Non-stop, pop, and stay in the sea. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Dodging. Right. So yeah, being a no armor means my dodge chance is equal to my dodging skill. Meaning I'm correct. I'm correct. Although yeah, if somebody does manage to hit me, they can pretty easily kill me because I have low health. But a little... We're ready. Gentle fall. Here we go. We can use magic to increase our speed. But we can use magic to increase the speed of our shit. That's going to be fortify speed, which is a very expensive, sort of high-level effect. Probably better off using magic items and such for that sort of variety of stuff. Doing great. Doing fantastic. 1, 2, 3. 1. Excellent. Did we unlock that other one? Yeah. There's another skeleton? Knock. Knock, knock, bang on your door. You jam the lock. There is still some value in breaking them. I don't know if it's worth using your weapons. Can you use a destruction spell to open the lock? Because that would be amazing. Can you do that? Can you do that? I think you have to smash it. What about this? The lock is jammed and inoperable. Tumblers won't budge. Let me check. Locked. Loot containers. Often lead to treasure within being heavily damaged. Yeah, I think this is a way to get magical items as well. Let me see. Traps. Okay. I would assume you could use some kind of way of destroying the lock, right? With magic. Miss me. Dodging is ready. Perfect. I'm on that grind. Okay. Long blade. You don't need a spam click. You can hold it. Whip. Oh, gee. Oh, gee. Okay. I'm gonna run. Run from this dude. 6th the Morning Star. Okay. No! No! Climb. We're gonna have to use that again so I don't die of fall damage. See how useless and shitty that spell is? Yeah. I don't know if leveling this much is really gonna help, but it's nice to raise those attributes. Ready to open. Spell effect failed. Those are already jammed. I don't know how that works. It seems like that doesn't contribute to destroying it. Maybe if the spell does enough damage. Did I leave that skeleton down there? I think I killed him. Okay. You sneaky bastard. Rations, good. You're low on health. Alright, we're low on fatigue. Let's, smelling salts. Okay. Should we rest? What time is it? I will rest until fully healed. 6 a.m. Rest for a while. Good. That's good. That's good. Now we're ready to leave. Did we? Yeah. There's nothing in that room with the skeleton. Freedom. Daylight, we'll call it, maybe. A bird calls nearby. Let's go to Gothway. Recklessly. Shouts for help sound nearby. It seems an escaped Atronach, feeding off the sun's warm rays, has lost control and is attacking townspeople. Will you try to stop it? Yes. You call for the Atronach's attention. It shambles toward you, ready for battle. Nearby villagers stand back and watch the duel with awe. Flesh Atronach. A red-faced courier startles you with the cry of, "Let up, Henry! Hey, that must be you. Here, take this. Gotta go. Other deliveries to be made." It's a fucking flesh Atronach. Reaching into your pack for something to eat, you spy a note. It wasn't there before. I was not expecting this. Near death. No. hear a cheering and applause as you destroy the creature. A few people nearby, including a member of the City Watch, thank you for your help. Rest in peace. Hey, rest in peace. Hello there, sir. Dragon's teeth, it's you! What is it? Oh wait, yeah, that's like the unenthusiastic greeting. Can you tell me where the bank is? Somewhere not too far to the southeast, if you don't mind walking. Let me just mark it on your map. And the store... Thank you. I'll try right here. And the Mages Guild? Thank you, sir. Archaeologists? Brilliant. We don't have a lot of money. I don't think there's a way of selling potions. Since running is ready, we might as well... we'll run through Gothway for a little bit. Need to, of course, get a loan for a horse and some supplies. Dear Henry, I heard about your accident at sea and feared the worst. Now that I've heard you're alive and well, I would like the opportunity to meet with you and discuss our beloved Emperor's mission in the Iliac Bay. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lady Magnuson, the Emperor's agent in the court of Daggerfall. My position is not so official as an ambassador. None but other agents of the Emperor know of my true affiliation. The Iliac Bay is rife with rebels against the Imperial throne, so your discretion is required. For the purpose of our meeting, I will take a room at an inn, the Howling Griffin, in the Lynx and Priest Inn of Daggerfall. Okay. I will expect you as soon as possible. The Lynx and Priest. That's really good. It's not super far from Daggerfall. Sometimes you just get weird, unlucky places, and it'll just be like in the mountains somewhere. But, you know, that's how it is. There's the bank. I feel like it was definitely intentional for there to be a bank here. The interior is simple but well organized. The furniture is clean without unnecessary decorations. The clerks work efficiently but don't seem interested in small talk. A guard patrols with an air of routine, while a discreet metal door leads to a storage area. Yeah, the bank quality must be random, because this was different last time. Hello, sir. You got a quest? Yeah, Henry, yes? The one who was shipwrecked? You'll need to travel to the ruins of Ashwing Manor, which is 4 days to the southeast. Okay. Yes. I was. I thought so. That storm that destroyed your boat was no natural winter squall. But I guess you suspected as much. I will gladly tell you what I know about it, if you will find a particular rare scroll for me. This is not the type of job I could give to the Fighters Guild. The scroll is protected by some powerful, dangerous spirits, and has the power to summon creatures from the plane of oblivion. Go to the ruins of Ashwing Manor, find the scroll, and bring it back to me before 11 days have passed, and I will tell you what I know about the tempest that nearly destroyed you. Oh, shit. Well, that's annoying. We can't take out a loan after that. That's not good. Yeah, as soon as I get that quest, I do like to take it, because it's pretty awesome. That's really annoying, actually. We're gonna have to probably go to another bank. Hello. What's happening? What was that about? Yeah, I'll have to join the Mages Guild and get a teleport spell going. I do wish there was a way of getting a horse without buying it, I guess, but maybe sell that. Hello there. Yeah, let's not do these quests because they're kind of hard and you don't get access to spell making yet. Let me see. Good quest. You may call me Barrister Wicksmith. Normally I can only give work to guild members. However, one of my students has a minor problem that would be embarrassing if it were to get out. I can't pay you, but if you would be willing to chase down an escaped experiment at small risk to yourself, I would be grateful enough to speak kindly of you to other guild members. To the southeast. Yeah. Sure. I kind of do want to do this, but there's no other way to get spell making. And the other dungeons in the game are no Privateer's Hold. Privateer's Hold is very small. No. So why did you ask me for work? Sometimes I really cannot understand you common adventurers. Yes, you are worthy to join the Mages Guild. As an apprentice, you can use the Spellmaker and get training in any of the guild's skills. Later, you will become eligible to use the library, buy magical items, and even make your own. Are you interested in joining? Yes. Then henceforth, you will be known as Henry, apprentice of the Mages Guild. It will take patience and hard effort to gain access to all the guild offers, my child. But I can now give you access to our trainers and our Spellmaker. Too much power in too little time has destroyed many a man and woman. The Mages Guild is nothing if not conscientious. Let's see. Henry, how was your walk here? And more to the point, do you like the outdoors? Occasionally, we send out our more feeble members to gain some real-world experience, requiring some danger and some dust between the toes. All in the name of building character, of course. But while one instructor teaches them the way, another keeps the group safe. Will you do the protecting this time? Yes. Splendid. Yeah, I already did this quest. I think it was on the Barbarian. Victoria Kingsmith is around here. I'm sure the group will be ready to go immediately. Yeah, it's a little annoying how much reading is in these quests. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sorry. Barrister Wicksmith calls out, and from the adjoining rooms come several inexperienced-looking guild members, along with someone a bit older who approaches you directly. Hello, Henry. Thank you for taking this up for us. I'm not so much for the wilderness, so help like this is truly invaluable. We need to see a graveyard, a rural shrine, and a farmstead. If we can have this done within 11 days, we will be happy to pay you. All right, students, grab your gear. This time is for real. The various guild members wrap their belongings into bags and mats and begin to follow you as a cluttered mess. Let's go ahead and make some spells. How much is a teleport spell? I suppose if I'm cheap enough. Yeah, that's kind of expensive. We can't do that. Let's just make a better healing spell. We can. Heal. Heal health. Two per level, which I'm level 5. That's probably... Well, no, we have more than enough mana. We can... Let's see. Let's make a nice invisibility spell. Spell costs 40. Heal health. Let's see. How much mana do I have? 225. I need a better destruction spell as well. I don't know what the best element is. I guess there's no one best element. We should maybe go for damage, health. Tome of Battle. Apparently the power attacks with Tome of Battle makes it so... Power attacks. Readied spells can be charged for longer to scale their magnitude with current power. Spells. Yeah, skilled spells or Cab's unleveled spells would be a good idea to get. For balancing reasons. It does mean, though, that a lot of things are nerfed. Let's see. It does kind of heavily nerf magic in some ways. Like, it buffs them in the early game. Spells don't scale with character level. Stronger early spells, reasonable late game spells, with tons of minor improvements for spellcasters. I think I might try out this mod if I'm playing a pure mage character. There's also skilled spells. What do we have? Scale. I'll check this out. What time are we at? I don't know how I feel about doing the lives. I like the idea of doing the Let's Plays live. Especially if people come in and chat. Not everyone who like drops in says a message, but I think that would be great. I think now would probably be a good time to end it, although I do like live streams tend to be longer, right? Yeah, I think it would be a good time to take a break, maybe do some individual testing on my own here with the unleveled spells mod, which is that would really go well with war magic because you could set the magnitude and then have the magnitude start really low, and then you could charge it up with power. I think that would feel really good to play too. So yeah, we'll try out this mod. But I'll do that off stream. Oh. I think I kind of want to engage in some role playing for this playthrough as well. So we're going to join the Mages Guild. We're going to maybe join a temple, although it wouldn't really make sense, right? Because I'm supposed to be kind of an evil guy. Not really evil. We're going to be kind of switching in between good and evil, because that's what Jekyll and Hyde's all about. But this is going to be a fun character to role play. I think, yeah, it's really hard for me to avoid, like, switching weapons and using those skills because of that viewable skill progress mod. That does make it closer to future Elder Scrolls games, though. You know, I think it's just the way the leveling works in Daggerfall is that you have to get it ready and then rest in order for it to level up. So it's just really hard for me to not, engage in that loop. Even though I don't need to. Like, the Scholar is a character that should be just using the staff. So I might just get rid of that viewable skill progress mod, or train myself to not use the weapon skills that my character shouldn't be using. Although, yeah, since I'm a scholar, I do want to collect those artifacts and be able to use them. So I guess that's a role-playing reason to train with other weapons and other skills. But yeah, I'll think about that. I think, yeah, he just wants to collect the artifacts, maybe not necessarily use them. But yeah, he'll definitely be using the Wabbajack. We're probably going to have to rely on witch covens and stuff to summon Daedra, because getting Daedra on their summoning day is kind of hard. But yeah, we'll definitely want the Ring of Her seen. We didn't actually turn into a werewolf yet, but that is going to be a few days, I think. Because yeah, you get the disease, you get the dream, and then like a few days later, you're now a werewolf. And you can turn into a lycanthrope once per day. I think after a while you have to kill an innocent person, or your health will decrease, and you are forced to transform on a full moon. But again, I'm not really sure how that works. I think I'll just let that play out however it does, because that's part of the character's role play, is that he's a lycanthrope and he has to murder people occasionally to satisfy his desires, So yeah. I'll toy around with this. This looks pretty good. And I think it also affects the generic spells, which is really cool. I would like a mod that changes the icons for or maybe I could do that. I don't even know. But it would be cool to be able to change the icons for the default spells. So I could more easily distinguish what's on my character, because I went on the Shadow Monk and she has a bunch of different effects on her from enchanting. And it's like, what? They look kind of goofy. But anyway, I'll see you later. Hopefully more people will tune in. It looks like it got decent views or whatever, but the last stream, it got decent views. But I don't know if having a lot of concurrent viewers is something that is feasible yet. Yeah, these will be live, I think, from now on, because I think it's a bit more fun and sort of nerve-wracking. And having the potential for people to see it live is cooler, But anyway. Although, yeah, the way live is handled on YouTube Studio is kind of annoying. And as far as, are they done processing yet? I don't know. It looks like it. I think they do have a overall lower video quality than normal. Although I'm not exactly sure. Let me check. Let me go.
Ooh. Well, then it already is.
I don't think so. Like, kind of not really that noticeable. Also, I don't know if I'm going back to the Cavalier because even though it was a pretty successful video as far as I'm concerned, but it's like I might want to redo that class, do it a bit differently. I really like the idea of a jousting knight though. So I might go back to that eventually. Yeah. Can probably have the Cavalier be a bit more of a chill sort of playthrough. That I can play, drop in while I'm live. You know. I think the key is I can have these consecutive, or is it consecutive? I can have these consecutive playthroughs going on, but each of the characters has to be different and weird. Like the Jousting Knight is really cool because he uses spears and the awesome mounted features of those mods. Stripe is your pretty standard monk, but he has that Khajiit flavor. And then the Jekyll and Hyde is a really interesting role-playing wise character. The Wild Man, I kind of just did that as a one-off thing. I don't know. Let me see.
Okay, I got a few new mods to spice up the experience.
I think I was using that to test out the new mods that I was having, but I think that, yeah, the Jekyll and Hyde is kind of a more interesting version of this. This isn't really the Wild Man character because, yeah, the Wild Man is supposed to be susceptible to disease and stuff. Be more of a survival-oriented character. I think, yeah, if I'm going back to the Wild Man, I'd probably reload it and think of a better roleplay for it. Like have him be just a complete wild man and he doesn't even join the Fighters Guild or whatever. Okay. We'll have to think on that. There's all kinds of kooky characters. And like a swashbuckler, I wanted to do that. And then another one is a standard agent build that, you know, I'll create my own agent class and kind of just play through the main story and that's it, you know. But I actually do want to beat the main story eventually. I didn't really do it on the Shadow Monk because I don't know. I think there's one of the main story quests where you have to meet a courier at a specific date, and that was kind of annoying. I did a lot of side quests on that character, but after just ascending into freaking godhood at the end of the game, it kind of, yeah, it felt like I peaked, you know. And I got basically all the Daedric artifacts, so yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I'll see you later. Stay safe.